like sometimes in the friendship circle, I feel like sometimes I just overshare. Because I'll be saying wild things and you'll be like, oh, well, Mgani, I don't know that, you don't know all of that. So, like, I'll be telling you guys everything. I have gas. This. My period started. I'm on my last day. I'm on my first day. I can feel it coming. So, I feel like Mbongogute Kaya, we were always talking about things. And therefore, I never saw that there is a line that needs to be drawn with my friends. Because my family knows, like, I should be able to tell you all this stuff. So the first time I don't know, obviously I think it was unconscious because I don't know I was learning about periods, but Uma, I used to see her in the bathroom changing her pad or whatever. It was like, oh girl, what is this new thing? Like, because I have no idea what this is. And she, like, our family is very open. Like, it's always like, oh, this is happening, or this, not especially with sex. But like with the period, like Uma was always like, oh, I'm on my period, or this. I could see the blood and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's happening to you. And I'll be like, is that gonna happen to me? And she's like, yeah, it happened, but you know, most of the time also tell Kula or whatever, because it was obviously happening at a young age and then you see it. And then I got my period in primary school and I was like, oh wow, so this is what this is. But now I felt a little closer to Uma because I was like, oh, this thing's gonna happen to both of us. And that was the first time I looked forward to it because I felt like it would be something that would mean I'm older. Ooh, I'm a girl. You know. First of all, I wish like we could understand like that sex isn't like this functional thing you do to make babies. Like, because I feel like for the longest time, like that's how we understood it, and that if you do it wrong, you're gonna get an STI. Like that's just the formula. You met 101 STI, 101 HIV, 101 AIDS. Like, okay, so there's nothing in between. Like, just that's it. So I feel like for me, I think escoleni we need to elevate the variables because there's too many for us to just know that if you do this, this is gonna happen. Because that's not what it is. And you learn later in life that there are many variables. And unfortunately, sometimes like Abad will look at you like, how? Why don't you know? Why don't you know that there's variables? When I feel like school should have done a lot of that work. Now Sekai, obviously, you know, people are supposed to teach you, but unfortunately not everyone has that luxury. So sometimes you assume school is going to be that safe place or that other place where you get the information. So if you don't, there's kind of a missing link or a failure in the school system there, I feel. Men are the problem. That's the last and the only answer I actually have. Because honestly, who said it is? Like what is bad about the period? Because if we're gonna go back to like its functionality, it's a good thing that's happening. It's helping you right? Or that it functions healthily. So why is it bad? Is it bad? So the reason why it's bad is because, or the reason why there is stigma is definitely a cultural, a school, a man said, a man keeps saying, the opinion of the man matters, so therefore it is. And so yeah, gosh. And the conversations aren't being had because it's still, we don't talk about it loud enough. Now some 17, oh my god, I'm on my period. Oh my god, do you have a tampon? You know. So we're not, if we aren't changing what was done to us or that we learned that we don't like, then who's gonna change it? Oh girl, there's so many. I also feel like sometimes in the friendship circle, I feel like sometimes I just overshare. Because I'll be saying wild things and you'll be like, oh, well, Mgani, I don't know that, you don't know all of that. So, like, I'll be telling you guys everything. I have gas. This. My period started. I'm on my last day. I'm on my first day. I can feel it coming. So, I feel like Mbongogute Kaya, we were always talking about things. and therefore I never saw that there is a line that needs to be drawn with my friends, because my family most, like, I should be able to tell you all this stuff. So for me, oh man, you know, I sometimes I think I've gotten to enjoy breaking that barrier for someone that is a friend of mine who I know might feel like, oh my god, damn it. But I'll be like, yeah, bitch. So like, yeah, like I think for Unamis for the longest time she just didn't understand. Like I would bath and like leave the bathroom naked, and she's like, baby, someone could see you. And I'm like, it's just us in this house. Do you mean you? Like, what are we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, our body, this is my body. Like, I need to move from the bathroom to my room. Like, what am I supposed to do? Cover it up? Why? So, I'm glad that I'm able to do that with Rami multiple times over. I'm sorry, P. I do it to you. I don't know whether you like it. Maybe that actually should be a bit of a consensual, like, should I be able to show my body? Actually, guys, let me know. Am I in the wrong? Like, cause I don't want to be wrong. Like that. Like, I thought maybe I'm like creating a safe space, but if I'm not, like, just let me know. Yeah, but I do. I think what I'm trying to do is say that it's okay for you to do it too. I don't. I'm like, oh my god, like, oh my god. For I wouldn't want to make you feel self-conscious around me. I'm your friend. Like, I love you, and you know, so I don't have to say it. I want to show you that I'm doing it to myself. So let's do it together, kind of thing. Yeah. Sisterhood for me means a place where we can share information, and that is very valuable in the menstrual like space topic, because unfortunately I don't feel like Eskoleni they did a good job, and it's up to you yourself to learn about yourself and your body. And sometimes you have friends or you have cousins, family who is like not very inquisitive about their body, because you know you could be traditional, whatever the hell that you understand it to be like, okay, cool, mzimba wenza lokhu phela, it's for my man, it's for my husband, it's for to please him. So we need to have the conversation, because I mean a lot of the time it's not that umuntu is either they just don't understand abaz, they don't know that there's another way too, and therefore this is how they live their lives. So sisterhood for me is like just a place where we're supposed to be speaking about your body, your life, your things, your experiences, to share. It's literally like a portal where you share knowledge. Like after doing vagina varsity, I feel like I also found that I didn't know much, but I either claim to know, or just because it's happening to me, therefore I know. I'm having a period, so this is how it's supposed to work. Or I feel like we're not being encouraged to want to know about what is happening. Just deal with what's happening. For me, like and so I want to be, or I wish like, oh, Shams, like teaching my sister to want to do that, because it was a birthday like a couple months ago, September, and she was like, oh my god, I'm so scared that I'm getting older and I'm gonna get my period. One of her friends, and so like, you know, and I'm just like, why are you scared? Like, then I was like, okay, cool. She's like, no, ma told me, like, you know, obviously that it's gonna be fine and whatever, but like, the way that her friend obviously had been experiencing it was influencing the way that she was fearful of the thing, that's this pending thing that's gonna happen to her, which I feel, and she is cognizant of the fact that this is not how Ekaya we are receptive to it. So, but she didn't have the intuition or either the lesson of wanting to discover it herself, which I felt then had to be my job, to be like, when a girl, what do you want to happen? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, we should search, like, let's research, like, what is actually going to happen, you know? So I feel we are taught more, this is gonna happen, so therefore do this, and not necessarily what is happening, why How's it gonna make me feel? Do I want to actually even have it? Like Kim said, you could have a contraceptive. I mean, obviously she's 10, give I had to a pill or an injection, but like to know that there could be like, oh, in 6 years I could take the pill and never have a period again, or what it like that could be a choice. So I think, yeah, the encouraging of self knowledge of what is happening to you during the cycle, I think, is something that is not strong. Yeah. It's sexual liberation. Oh my god, yes. I don't even know that I have it yet. Like, I think naively I thought it was just like, oh, I just get to be free and just like have sex with whoever I want, whenever I want, and I don't know that it only means that. So, over my I'm not having sex, so really I don't. That in itself is the sexual liberation. Like I'm heavy, you know. So like it's like, okay, cool. Like it means choice. Like I can do what I want. It's kind of, but not really. Because obviously, I have to be responsible. Like I can't just be out here, bam bam bam. But yeah. There's a lot of like learning and knowing what it means. Like, cause liberation means like freedom and like, but you need to know the parameters of all of that to be like, okay, cool. Well, I'm so free that I can do this, and your freedom might only just be here, and that's fine, and it could be far and wide. So I think sex ed should be helping us understand what the parameters are. What do you want to do? What don't you want to do? Who do you want to do it with? Why? When? For what? Yeah, let's learn more inclusively, I think, about what the hell you want, what it is, and that's, yeah, that should lead your journey, I think, with sex. Just knowing what it is that you want. Me and my body have a rickety road. Like our relationship, it's good, it's bad, it's beautiful, it's ugly, it's like, you know. So like, at the place that I'm at right now, my tips are, Zimbabwe, you have to listen to it. One, listen to your body. Like when it's tired, it's tired. When it's energized and it wants to wake up, just wake up. Like I feel that sometimes like I wanted to make my body do things that I wanted or that I thought were good or that were cool. Green smoothies, I think it's amazing, but when I take them, it gives me a little bit of diarrhea. So like so is about like the Instagram pic that I want that I was like, oh my god, I'm so healthy too, or like is it like maybe you might not gel well with, I don't know, kale or something, you know. Sleep, oh my god, guys, sleep is so underrated. So underrated, and it's good, and I think sleep is like good for many things. It's healthy. Lalan, guys, just sleep, honestly, just sleep. And I think whether it's for sex ed or just sleep, just sleep. And I think, okay, 3 things to keep your healthy body: listen to your body, sleep, and I think you need to have positive and real representation of what you think your body looks like, or real aspirations of what your body looks like. Like I know, even when I want to lose weight, like I'm not gonna put a Demi Lovato picture and be like, yeah, I'm gonna lose 20 kgs and I look like Demi Lovato. I mean, I could, but like realistically, I don't want to look like that. It's like I want to still have like curves and this and whatever. And so some of the time, like I think if you are looking to change umzimba wakho, you usually sometimes put into that. I don't want to say unattainable because I mean everybody's dream is valid, but like it just seems unrealistic or doesn't look like you or doesn't, you know. So for me, I try and follow pages. I try and like, ooh, Lorna looks like what I look like, and it's good to see yourself represented. Again, representation matters. Like not like the gimmick or the like for real. If you don't see abantu or things that look like you, it just feels like it's you're off or there's something wrong with you. But find them out. Remember we went to that thing and Sir John was like, people have to, the thing that you want needs to look like you. It just has to, unless you're gonna feel shit about yourself and you're doing it to yourself. So the world is already like against you and us, so you don't need to be doing it to yourself as well. You really want me, it's all for you. Okay, that
you
last
want to
note,
see yourself?